Hey, what's up, guys? And first of all, if you would like to donate to me, my PayPal will be in the description, so you can go ahead and donate there to support the channel and myself. Thank you all very much. So I'm back with a brand new episode of What If Naruto Wasn't a Naive Idiot, guys. Part 9. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also, guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the other What Ifs on the other channels if you're new. Yes, that's right, I indeed have 3 more channels which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. And also, guys, don't forget to turn on the bell notification and see when I post, because I do post a hell of a lot, guys. So without further ado, or wasting any more time, how about we jump right into this brand new episode? Let us begin now, guys. So the last part that we left off, Naruto was at Konoha. As he was there with Kakashi Hatake, Kurenai Iwai, Inoichi Yamanaka, and Tsunade was there as well. Naruto went into a bit of a history of what had taken place while he was gone, the location that he was able to find, what he's been doing, the fact that he almost killed himself at least a dozen times, the fact that he pushed himself constantly, the fact that he learned everything within the Forbidden Scroll and handed it back to Tsunade. To think they believed that it was stolen by one of Orochimaru's men, but he had it all along. Kurenai and Inoichi could see a great change in Naruto, as he was no longer asking the questions that he used to ask, which only meant one thing: he found the solution. As Naruto gave them the same threat that he gave everyone else. They wanted to know if he would truly go through with his plan to bring destruction to his home. Tsunade had her team ready, as a seal was placed on Naruto to trap him. Unfortunately though, the nine-tailed fox appeared right outside of the village walls. Shocking everyone, Naruto gave them a few minutes to release him before the beast started to lay waste to everything. Seeing the nine-tailed fox powering up to launch a tail beast bomb, they had no choice but to release him. He told her that she was smart, but he always had a plan. He always had another. With that, he left Konoha, leaving them in a state of despair as well. As Tsunade knew that his words were solid, she would have to make a choice, and she was going to have to kill him. If that means stopping a chaotic war from breaking out, she was going to have to take his life. Sasuke Uchiha heard about Naruto, and the Akatsuki as well. His name started to go all around the elemental nation. Him wiping out 50 people in Kumo was a big sign of that. As for Kumo, they were gathering their forces, preparing for what is to come. The Raikage was still cautious about the fact that he got in the village without anyone noticing, but it wasn't just him, Oniki as well, as he went to pay the two Jinchurikis a visit, in order to ensure that his power would still be there after this war, because there will be one, he could feel it. Internal perhaps, or external, but he will make sure that his village will still be standing. After all these years, Jiraiya finally got a lock on Naruto's location as he made his way there, only to see Naruto waiting on him. A conversation between the two, as Jiraiya realized that Naruto had no intention of surrendering. He told the Sannin that if he did not kill him now, he will massacre thousands, hundreds of thousands perhaps. But he had the opportunity to end it right now and simply take his life. One for thousands. What would he choose? Jiraiya fought Naruto with medium force at first, but he realized that it was getting nowhere. After Naruto started to manhandle him, he entered Sage Mode. At first using his toad, but not even one of the great toads could stand up to the power that was at Naruto's disposal, as he seemed to only be getting stronger and stronger. Jiraiya entered Sage Mode and started to beat Naruto. However, something was wrong. It was the attacks. The Sannin forces were powered by Sage energy, and yet, with each devastating blow that Jiraiya threw, Naruto seemed to be not taking that much damage. Even the toads pointed that out. Something was wrong here. Naruto started to infuse himself with the dark chakra as he told Jiraiya about his discovery and knowledge that Naruto wasn't supposed to have, but he had a partner, which was the Nine Tails. A promise was made some time ago between the two. Naruto started to keep up with Jiraiya's Sage enhanced blows, but something was still wrong. It seems like he was holding back. The both of them went at it as Jiraiya stopped holding his blows as he decided that it was best if he ended Naruto's life. It was the only solution to stop all of this. So he hit Naruto with everything at his disposal, but once again Naruto rose, having wounds, but they should be much greater given what Jiraiya had hit him with. Something was severely wrong here. Naruto was able to tear both of the toads from the Sannin's shoulder as he started to beat the living crap out of him. He told him to strike him with more force. He told him to do his best to take him down, but Jiraiya was simply lacking the focus and the ability to do so, as Naruto was just a monster. He was a monster that monsters were afraid of. That is how much stronger Naruto has become. Jiraiya was feeling his death approaching as Naruto gripped his throat, just like he's done to many in the past. The first to be the one to face this wrath was Haku, when he strangled him to death. Naruto held the Sannin there as Jiraiya started to black out. He told the toads to run away as they had to because Naruto intended to kill the both of them. The Sannin gazed down towards Naruto, who was his final sight. Well, that is what he thought. Naruto appeared in Konoha, shocking many, as he appeared right within the office, confusing Tsunade how he kept on doing this. Was there anywhere safe that he could hide away from him? He brought Jiraiya to her. Luckily, the Sannin was not dead, but he was in a bad condition as they rushed him towards the hospital. So yeah guys, basically that's what I thought. You guys can switch across the place for yourselves to begin this new episode. His eyes snapped open as he jumped up. Taking deep breaths, he gazed around to his surroundings. When he noticed that he was alive, as he could feel the breath entering his lungs. He was alive. Jiraiya never expected to open his eyes ever again. Seeing the world as it was not something that he expected to see. He expected to be somewhere else, beyond this realm. He remembered as his hand reached up to his throat. Remember Naruto's grip that was unbreaking around his throat. He remembered Naruto being the final sight he thought he would ever see. Someone entered the room to see him awake. It was a nurse. Immediately went to go and inform the Hokage of what was going on. His body still felt sore. As Jiraiya wondered how long it's been. His thoughts were taken after a couple of minutes when Tsunade entered the room. Her face filled with a lot of questions, and he could see that. I thought I was dead. That was the first thing that came from the Sannin's mouth. I never thought I would see you again. I suppose that would be a real bummer, he said, masking his pain with a smile. She released a heavy breath. I told you that it would not end well. I warned you. He's not the same person that you thought you knew. Well, at least he didn't kill me, said Jiraiya. What happened, she said. He dropped you off and simply vanished. Drop me off, said Jiraiya. Somehow he's able to enter the village. He's just popping up out of nowhere. It's been a few weeks. What? Said Jiraiya. Yes, you've been unconscious for a few weeks now. Your body suffered a lot of internal damage. You're feeling pain right now, aren't you? The Sanin nodded. I don't understand. Just what exactly did he do to you? What techniques did he use? He barely used any ninjutsu. However, his strength, his durability, it's hard to explain. I was fully enhanced with Sage Mode. I wanted to kill him. He told me that if I did not, he would kill thousands. Innocents, anyone that stand in his way. I was hitting him to kill him, but each blow, it was like they were not affecting him as they should. I know I'm not weak, said Jiraiya, but his strength is beyond me. With a little boost in his elevation of strength, he's able to keep up with me in Sage Mode. Even knock me out of it, said Jiraiya. And I'm not sure how the hell that is even possible. When I was hitting him, it was like punching steel over and over again. I even hit him with my strongest attack, and he walked it off. His regeneration is on a level that I've never seen before. It's almost like he's become a tail beast itself. You weren't here, said Sneddy. The things that he went through, the things that he did to gain this amount of strength. She started to tell Jiraiya everything, things that she wasn't able to tell him through the letter that was sent. As she spoke about the things, as a medical expertise, pushing yourself that hard, there is no way that he's completely fine, health-wise. That is when Jiraiya remembers something. A moment when he was facing one of my toads. He stopped and held his chest. I'm not sure if he was in pain or if something was taking a hold of him, but he showed discomfort, and that was the first time during our battle that he actually showed that he's experiencing pain. When I was fighting him, it was like I was barely touching him. Even when he bled, it was like it did not even bother him. I'm not sure why he did not kill me. He told me that he would, but instead he brought me here. I'm not sure about that either, said Sneddy. He did not talk, he simply dropped you off. He did not say anything important. He's been quiet for the past couple of weeks, no sighting, but the world has not been. His attacks, his threats, have gotten a lot worse by the nation's standpoint. They're out for his blood, all of them. Damn it, said Jiraiya, trying to get up, but Sneddy stopped him. Even after healing you, your body is still not fully recovered. I'm not sure the power that he has to do this to you. It's his dark chakra, said Jiraiya. It's unlike ours. It seems it inflicts more nastier damage on his opponents. Far, far nastier than any other brute or physical strength. I told him that this would happen. I told him that they would come for him, but he doesn't seem to care. In his mind, he is delusional enough to believe that he can beat the whole world, all of us together. Jiraiya noticed a look in her eyes. What's that look, he said. Naruto is not an idiot. He's not naive. There is something that he has at his disposal. And I'm not talking about the 9 tails alone. There has to be something else. If he wants to go up against the entire world, that can't be the only strength that he possesses. Even if he's stronger than you now. With your strength times 2, you can't beat the entire world coming down on you. So there's something there. And I believe it has to do with him popping in and out. I've had people scanning the Forbidden Scrolls, looking for anything that could give information on what he's been doing to get inside and outside of Konoha without anyone tracking or sensing him. It's almost like he's stepping out of reality itself, said Sneddy. Jiraiya's eyes went wide as he looked at her. What is it, she said. He said he completely learned everything within the Forbidden Scroll, correct? Naruto is a very theoretical person. He focused on what is needed. I was able to learn that about him in the short time that we were together. He focused on what is in front of him. He would begin from the most difficult to the simplest of techniques. From what I've been told as well, he was able to evolve the Rasengan. What? He added an element to it, she adds. No, more than that. He literally became the Rasengan. I don't understand, she said. I'm not sure how, but his entire body was circulating with the energy, swirling around him, acting like an ultimate defense, a power that I could not breach with my normal Rasengan, or even the giant Rasengan. And I believe that was just the beginning. I think he somehow learned the flying Raijin Jutsu. That can't be it, said Snappy. There has to be a marker. Think about it. If he's evolved the Rasengan, what's stopping him from evolving that technique as well? But is that even possible? His father brought that technique to its pinnacle. Can he really do something like that? What would be the next step? Snappy question. I don't know, said Jiraiya. Time skip. The news started to break public. While Jiraiya was still unconscious, Orochimaru of the Sannin was dead, and it is said that the one who committed this act was Sasuke Uchiha. Just as big as the threat to the elemental nation, Orochimaru had been a very popular name throughout the history of Konoha and throughout the history of many other nations, especially Kumo, with him being, well, tangled with the previous Jinchuliki's death. So yes, his name was big there as well. Sasuke Uchiha said to have killed him, as Jiraiya was now being filled in with more information that he's now awake. Meanwhile that was going on though, Kabuto Yakushi was lying against a wall, looking down towards his stomach area. His hand was resting on it. Unfortunately though, his guts was currently falling out. His body was bruised and bloody. Unfortunately, he did not possess the amount of strength to heal himself. He was too badly damaged. He's been thinking about his life. He had to say, his life was truly pathetic. From growing up until now, not even Sasuke believed that he was worthy of death. He left him there. Simply placed an illusion on him and left him there. Sasuke was his target for the future. Kabuto was going to prove them all wrong. He was going to pass his previous master. He was going to surpass them all. He will become something that they fear, something that no longer is seen as a background character in their story. He will be the main character. He will be the one to stand tall above their corpses. He will ensure that he becomes the strongest, and he will stop at nothing until he reaches goal. That is what he thought, until a woman with a mask appeared within his base. She started to attack his people. Kabuto took her on, but he soon realized that this woman was stronger than him, faster than him. He tried to use his scalpels to slice her up, but she outpaced him in every single way. She bested him, but that was not it. When he heard footsteps behind him, the woman made her way off to massacre everyone else within this base. Kabuto turned and gazed into those eyes. Just a simple gaze, and Kabuto knew that this was it. It was his time. One word was said to him: die. He did not see what hit him, but whatever hit him was powerful enough to rip through his stomach, vaporizing some of his insides. And now he was pressed against a wall. Stepping towards him was Naruto, his hands resting in his pockets. Why? Said Kabuto. He wanted to know before he died. He wanted to know that there was a reason why someone targeted him out, why someone came to kill him, to show that at least he was something. Naruto stepped in front of him. In the world that I'm creating, you're not needed, said Naruto. He pointed two fingers towards Kabuto. The next moment, a Rasengan formed. Kabuto looked as the thing fired. Unable to stop it, it drilled into his face, destroying it. Naruto started to walk. As he saw she coming down the corner, blood splattered on her mask. "They're all dead," she said. "Go," he said to her. She nodded before she vanished. The next moment, the entire facility caved in on itself as Naruto brought it down. Time skip. Weeks passed after that, as Sasuke Uchiha gathered his team, consisting of Suigetsu, Jugo, and Karin Uzumaki. The three of them ventured out. Their goal was simple. They were going to find Itachi Uchiha and put an end to him. Meanwhile that was going on though, a meeting of one of the most powerful group came together. Itachi Uchiha, Kisame, Deidara, Sasori, Kakazu, Hidan. They all gazed towards the leader that was there. They were silent. His first topic was, Sasuke Uchiha has killed Orochimaru. Sasori wasn't too happy about that, neither was Deidara. They wanted to be the one to kill the Sannin. A warning was given to Itachi that his brother might be coming after him. Itachi did not seem to care one bit, judging from his relaxed demeanor. The Nine-Tails Jinchuriki had resurfaced for a few weeks now, say up to a month. He's ventured around the entire elemental nation, speaking to all of the great leaders, threatening them with destruction unless they bow down to him. However, he will not interfere with our plans. Thus, none of you will attack the Nine-Tails. I will go after it personally. They were surprised by this order. Well, it seems that the leader was realizing that the Jinchuriki wasn't like the others, and he was actually a threat for him to be going after him. The meeting was soon dismissed after that. Konan, another member of the organization, he could see the look on her face. "Is there something you would like to say?" they said within the pouring rain of their village. She turned to face the man that was the leader of it all, spiky orange hair, Tendo, the leader of the organization. Through him, their true leader spoke, but many did not know. Tendo, otherwise known as Pain, waited for her response. She seemed worried about something. "I'm concerned about the Nine-Tails' strength. I'm concerned that he's been able to evade us for the past 3.5 years. I'm concerned that his visit to Kiri ended with him handing over the six-tail host without a tail beast anymore. I'm concerned that the one tail has not resurfaced and he was the last to see it. If I'm correct, he has two tail beasts under his control other than the Nine-Tails. And we've both heard about what took place at Konoha. Is the Nine-Tailed Fox truly working with him, being summoned at the village walls? To bring destruction for what reason? And why relent? Why did he go after his own village? Have you lost faith in me, Konan? Of course not. Why would you even say that? Then why concern yourself with a mere man? I am a god, and I will not fall to this child. He will be crushed like many others that try to stand in front of us and the organization. The moment Zetsu has a lock on his location, we will put an end to him and retrieve the tail beasts. And that is the future that is ahead of us. No other. He said, trying to reassure her, but for the first time in a long while, Konan had her doubts. This Jinchuriki was proven to be different, more dangerous. And her friend refused to see that because he believed he was truly untouchable. And perhaps he was. But what happened when an untouchable force meets an unstoppable object? She had no idea why these doubts were plaguing her. It's not like Pain has ever failed before. However, the Nine-Tails was simply doing so much. She would like to see him put down already, to take away the threat that is looming over, not just them but the entire organization. Time skip. Making their way, both Deidara and Sasori. Deidara decided to voice what was on his mind. You think the leader doesn't think highly of us? What? It's not like we can't handle the nine-tailed Jinchuriki. My art would definitely put him to sleep. However, Sasori was not paying him any attention. Sasori, my man, said Deidara. Didn't you hear what I said? Would you be quiet? Something isn't right. Sasori said. Huh? What are you talking about? Look. Deidara gazed forward as he saw someone. Watching the person making its way towards them. They were in a rather remote area. There wasn't people around for a few miles, so this was strange. The person came to a stop a few feet away. Stand ready. He will arrive soon. Who are you? Said Deidara. My name is Shi. I'm a comrade of Naruto Uzumaki. Both men were surprised to hear that, but Sasori had other things to ask. How did you find us? He questioned, wanting to know how they were so easily located. He was one with the spy network after all. However, she did not answer. It seems like she's ignoring you, Deidara said with a smirk. How about we make her talk, he said, holding his hand up with a smile. She then stepped aside, as Naruto appeared right where she was standing, as now the both of them were side by side. He gazed over the two Akatsuki members. Sasori of the Red Sand, said Naruto, stepping towards the man, stopping a few feet away from him. I have a proposal for you. I've seen your talents. I've seen the dedication that you've placed in your art. I've also seen what you're capable of. I'm here to give you an offer that would allow you to extend your art throughout the ages. I'm here to give you a proposal that will allow you to continue living in this world. And what might that be? Sasori said, acting curious, but a part of him truly was. Join my new world, said Naruto. Being a part of it, your record of the past will be erased. Your crimes, all you've done, those that may hunt you, will soon have to work with you and help you with your art. Join me, and there will be a spot for you in the future. Hey, I'm here too, said Deidara. Who the hell do you think you are? Coming here and offering him something without even saying anything to me. He had to admit he was a bit jealous, but he was also a bit weirded out. If this was indeed the Jinchuriki, how was he so calm in front of them? He knew they were two S-ranks, right? Naruto turned his gaze towards Deidara. There's no need for a proposal. You're not fitted in the new world that I'm creating, said Naruto. Sasori seemed rather amused. I must say, I'm flattered. Unfortunately though, I already have a job, he said. And I'm also looking forward to see what makes you tick. I've heard the stories. I've heard a glimpse of what you can do. And I want to see for myself under my control. So you're refusing, said Naruto. Instead of answering, Sasori shot his tail outwards. However, what happened next was so shocking that both men were taken off guard. Sasori found himself leaping away, but no longer as he was, standing there in his human form. Sasori looked perplexed. Despite his face being made from, puppeted materials, you could see the surprise. Deidara was backing away, having already jumped a distance back. What the hell was that? Sasori, why did you explode? He said. I didn't, Sasori said, ripping off the cloak. He snapped his gaze upwards as he jumped. The ground was erupted. The first attack came from Naruto, don't get him wrong, but the second attack, she dropped her fist into the ground. It exploded as Deidara quickly went on his bird. She stepped on the stones that were still mid-air, moving so fast As she reached Sasori, immediately he reached for the scroll on his back. However, he realized he had no time as he turned his hand around, the canister inside of it opening up, releasing flames to swamp the girl. However, she had a scythe in her hand, a curving scythe blade, not one of the long ones but a short handle. She swiped upwards as the flames split in half. Sasori's gaze was on the weapon as he saw the material. He saw the chakra flow. Did that negate the fire affinity? Or did it rip through the chakra that was coursing through the flames? He cursed under his breath, quickly using his threads as he attached them to her, stopping her mid-ear. He released a breath. He almost thought that he would boom. His face was crushed in, folded in and collapsed in on itself as the entire head was blown clean off. Deidara was shocked. All of this happened within a span of 1 to 2 seconds, maybe even less. However, Sasori's body jumped away, showing that he was still able to function even without the head. After all, he made himself into a puppet, and the only way to kill him was... She extended both of her hands, when suddenly, something ripped into Sasori's chest. The body without the head proceeded to collapse. Tearing through him was her sight. You see, the metal had been broken up into individual pieces. The moment she released it, she held her hand out as a weapon reconstructed. Before she sent them away, almost like she sealed them within her hands. Deidara immediately took to the sky, unable to believe what he just witnessed. Was Sasori really dead, he thought to himself, as the unmoving body of Sasori told him that he perhaps was. But that was impossible. How can that woman be that strong, he questioned to himself, creating distance between himself and her, knowing that she need to at least jump to him, which would be impossible from this height. Deidara then realized something. Where did the other one go, he said, gazing around trying to locate him. His hand started to move, molding the clay within his palm. He will take the both of them down. Deidara was cut off. He felt the stinging sensation, it was so quick. The next thing he knew, his right arm was no longer connected to his shoulder. What the hell? Naruto's hand hit Deidara in the chest. You could hear the bones. Focus and you hear the bones cracking under the weight. Deidara's eyes went wide as Naruto proceeded to crash his elbow with another blow. Blood started to immediately fill Deidara's lungs as he fell off his bird with a missing arm. Clear confusion ran through his mind, and pain coursed through his chest. Deidara heard a sound like something grinding against metal. When he looked up, he could see Naruto on his bird. Naruto's hand was held up in the air. The Rasengan, but the Rasengan was twirling. As Naruto amplified the thing with wind energy, the Rasengan shuriken, Naruto launched it. A bird released from Deidara's left hand quickly enlarged as Deidara grabbed onto the wing. The attack barely missed him. He looked up with bloody teeth. The word survive did not finish leaving his lips as the right side of his face was removed, ripped to sunders by the technique expanding before it completely enveloped him, ripping and tearing through the sky itself, causing a tremendous amount of wind and backlash. Naruto jumped down and landed on the ground, when suddenly, he fell down to one knee. She was by his side in an instant, placing a hand on his shoulder. I'm alright, Naruto said. You are not, she said to him. I'm alright for now, he said, as he got to his feet. Besides, we're only getting started. Naruto removed the ring from the finger and tossed the hand away. As he held the ring in his hand, dark chakra started to pulsate around his hand and the ring. Within the land of rain, Tendo, gazing out towards his city that was crying, suddenly looked down towards the ring on his finger. The next moment, a hand made from shadows pushed itself out of it and gripped his throat. However, his eyes were able to see through it. An illusion. A manifestation of the power that was currently being transmitted through this. Power that was not his. Each member that was still alive amongst the organization felt the same thing, and the same thing happened to them. And they were all so confused. An emergency meeting took place. However, two members were not answering. Something was wrong. Find their previous location immediately, Pain said to Zetsu, who made his way out. Zetsu were able to track them down from where they were last sighted, only to see the remains of them. The only thing that remained of Deidara was a hand. Sorcery, well, he was in pieces all over the place. The report came back as one that was shocking. Who could have done something like this? Hearing the report, Conan gazed over towards Pain, and he saw her. He knew what she was thinking. Could it really be that they weren't the ones that were hunting him? Could he be hunting them? The question was going through all of their mind at the moment. Meanwhile that was going on, Itachi Uchiha was well aware that his brother was coming after him. The Akatsuki was on standby at the moment. As the leader put it so, as another meeting took place, this one with the leader of the Akatsuki and another with a mask, coming to find out why two of their most important operatives were now dead. Sorcerer had the spine at work and Deidara could fly. What the hell was going on? However, they had no answers, but they did have their theories though. Itachi on the other hand, he could feel his brother coming after him. He hasn't found him yet, but Itachi knew that he was coming. At the same time, Konoha formed a team. Hearing about Sasuke, a team was dispatched to find Itachi Uchiha, knowing that Sasuke would go after him. He was still on their list. Kakashi Hatake was once again pulled back on target. The copy ninja really needed this. If anything, he could at least say that he saved one of his students, if anything. The team consisted of Kakashi. There was also Neji and Tenten. Guy was on a mission with Lee at the moment, with two other Chunins. There was also the members of Team 8 there as well. As a tracking team was really going to be needed for this. Hinata possessed the Byakugan, yes, but Neji was an extra eye that they would be needing for this. And for extra support, Tsunade sent along another envoy with them, removing his mask as he went by the name Yamato. Kakashi knew him all too well. The team was solid, so they were dispatched to find Sasuke Uchiha. Jiraiya, recent intel, gave them a rough estimate on where Sasuke might be. With that, the Sannin had to remain at the village. It seems like his battle with Naruto was still a toll on him. His insides were the problem. Jiraiya was on his feet and everything, but he was physically weak. It seems like the dark chakra, whatever it did to him, it sapped a lot of his energy. Being in a unconscious state for a couple of weeks, well, a semi-coma, and he was still weak. Naruto was truly a ferocious monster if there ever was one. So Team Kakashi, with Yamato as second in command, was dispatched. At least, he could save one member of his team, Kakashi told himself as they ventured out. It took them some time. While that was going on, Kisame decided to allow Itachi to fight his brother. Itachi told Kisame nothing about him, wanting to make this a final battle. Of course he would not. As the members of the Taka team rolled up, only one person is going to pass. That's good, Sugetsu said, because I've been looking for that, and I think I'll take it. I know you, Kisame said. Wait, you're not him. You're his younger brother. Ah, you know my older brother. Well, I guess you would. However, if you know him, you should know that nothing's going to stop me from getting that blade. So you want Samehata? Then why don't you come and get it? Sasuke disregarded everything and simply made his way. His brother was waiting for him as he made his way to finally end this once and for all. It soon dawned on Suigetsu that Kisame was not as easy as he believed. Jugo was also assisting, but he didn't seem to want to truly engage, just worried about Sasuke. Karin, she knew that she wasn't able to truly do much here. Both brothers met after so long, as it was pure action. Well, Sasuke believed it was. However, it was mind games. A lot of mind games. Until the mind game was shattered and the true battle began. The team from Konoha found themselves venturing out. They saw the chakra. There was a lot of it. The two Hyugas realized that up ahead, that is where their target lay, a distance away from the battle that was taking place. Naruto was sitting, observing, as she was standing right beside him, gazing towards the two brothers that were currently causing mass destruction within the temple. As they split it open, electricity flying to the heavens. Perhaps we're within their vicinity, she said, as a spear, bolt of electricity tear through the area. Neither of them moved. Naruto said nothing or did nothing. He just simply observed what was going on. He then gazed over his shoulder. The possibility of death is small. However, ensure that it doesn't happen. She nodded and took off, making her way. She arrived to see the team facing off against the masked ninja, who was currently stalling them. She suddenly descended upon the man, her weapon phasing right through him. The team was caught off guard. Who is that? Kiba said. He didn't smell anything. Neji and Hinata tried to look beyond the mask, but they found themselves seeing their own image. They were both confused. Something is blocking their sight, blocking the mighty Byakugan. Whoever it is, it seems we're gonna have to fight her as well, Kiba said, preparing himself until he was wrong. She attacked the masked man. She did not jump by his side, she tried to take his head off. He jumped away. Curiosity piqued. However, you could see the difference. Yes, there was a clear difference in the way he stood. He was acting like a fool a moment ago, but now he was different. You are the one that is going on about with the nine-tails Jinchuriki. She said nothing as the members heard what the masked man said. Naruto is here? Where is he? Said Kiba, gazing around. She looked over towards them. However, she said nothing to them. As Neji, Hinata, they were still trying to understand what the hell was going on. As they looked at this woman, they could not see any chakra. Or perhaps it was same as the mask, preventing them from seeing what was in front of them. She held both of her sight out. She started to throw them. They came back to her with quick successions. The masked man was standing there, pretending like he was evading, but when they truly hit me, fade right through them. The masked man decided to capture her. Perhaps Uzumaki cared about her enough to hand himself over. She waited until he suddenly vanished away in a swirling vortex. His hand grabbed her shoulder as he was behind her. You're mine. He sucked her within his eye, trapping her within his domain. She landed down on a floating box. She gazed around. She wanted to be captured, of course. As she observed the area, she sat down and folded her legs and closed her eyes underneath the mask. What the hell was that? Kiba questioned. It seems this enemy is stronger than we originally thought. Shino said to Kiba, realizing that this man was playing them for a fool. Wood style! The trees erupted beneath his feet, trying to entangle him. But this time he dodged. He did not let a single one of them hit him. In fact, Kakashi noticed something. He was staying away from them. The copy ninja wondered if this was because he sucked that girl up. Kakashi started to rack his brain, trying to understand. He's not a ghost. He has physical forms. That meant he's somehow distorting his body, somehow sending his body away. The copy ninja gazed upwards and focused as he saw a Sharingan looking back at him. Kakashi was stunned. Impossible, he said. Looking back at the Sharingan and the technique, he was shifting himself out of this plane of existence. He thought about his recent development with the Mangekyou, about his technique, when suddenly the masked man started to flee. Kakashi stopped them from going after him. Perhaps he was leading them into a threat. He turned his gaze towards the other two, the two Byakugan user, for them to lead the way. After a while, the masked man distorted himself and landed within his domain. He was confused as he saw the girl simply sitting there. There is no need for you to fear me, she said. I am not going to kill you. I'm just here to observe. Observe? What is that supposed to mean, he said, walking around her. You have a really powerful technique here. You send your physical form here, don't you? So you're untouchable in the real world. Quite powerful, but a bit outdated. Outdated? You speak as if you know something better than what you've seen, he said. Realizing that whoever this was, she was immensely smart. She did not say her words with curiosity or doubt. She said them because she knew what she was talking about. You shall see soon enough, but I will not fight you. I theorize that you're going to use me as a bargaining chip to try and get Naruto, to try and get the tail beasts from him. So he does have them in his possession, the masked man asks. Yes, the 1 tails, the 9 tails, the 7, the 3, and the 6. The masked man was shocked by that. He only knew about 2 of them. They were still iffy on the 1 tails. You seem surprised. She said that despite not seeing his face. As she proceeded to get up, you might want to return back to the outside world. It seems like things are about to be wrapped up. He wondered how the hell she knew what was going on. But he left her there, cautious with this girl. She was too calm. And to think the 9-tailed Jinchuriki had so much tail beasts. When did he get the 7? When did he get the 3? This was bad. This was really bad. Whoever and whatever he desired to do with them, and whoever this girl was, he's sure that it was nothing too close to their plan. Well, his plan. And he wouldn't allow his opportunity to slip away like that. Arriving back in the real world, the Konoha ninjas were trying to make their way. They all saw the heavens cry. They all saw the huge thunderous power of lightning struck the ground in the vicinity. Neji Hyuga stopped the members. He's here, he said. Who's here? It's Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki. Sasuke's up ahead. Neji looked towards Kakashi as Yamato asked what is he doing. He's just standing there, Hinata said. It's like he's waiting on us. Do you think he will try to stop us? She questioned. If he does, we'll take him down and forcefully bring him back to the village, Kiba said. Tenten gave him a look. What? He said to her. Neji turned towards Kakashi. I think I would be able to buy us some time if he does want to intervene. We've heard what is at his disposal. I think I can slow him down. You're going to fight him, Tenten said, angered by his, answer to this. No. Kakashi could see that Neji was just going to talk. As Kakashi knew that Naruto was not going to listen to a thing that he says, and they did not have the power to handle him or the Uchihas right now. He decided to leave the fate in his hand. However, backup has to be going with him as well. He turned his gaze towards Yamato for protection within the shadows. Yamato nodded. Neji made his way as Naruto turned his gaze, looking over his shoulder. "It's been a long time, Neji Hyuga," he said. "You remember me," said Neji. "Of course. We fought in the exam. You know, I took the philosophy of what you told me a long time ago to encourage myself a lot. After all, what's the point of talking if you're not going to do something about it?" "This isn't exactly what I meant," said Neji. "Oh, I know," said Naruto. "So this is your new goal? To what? Pressure the nations into submitting. You do realize that with the fear that you're going to put into them, they're going to use that and grip onto it to build more fear for others. After all, you're not everlasting. You're not immortal," said Neji. "Unless you plan to be soon enough." "No, I am flesh and blood," said Naruto. "I will die. However, I don't think after what I'm going to do that what you said will happen." "And what exactly is that?" "A change," Naruto said. "A change unlike any. Do you want me to show you a part of that change?" "And what exactly does that entail?" said Neji. "Are you planning to attack me? To take my life? I've heard about what you're capable of. I am strong. I've grown strong over the few years, but even during the Chunin exams, you were stronger than me. I don't think I can beat you. Don't worry. It's not my desire to see people like you die. It's only my desire." Neji was surprised as Naruto was in front of him. Yamato burst out of the woods, flashing through hand sign. The wood bindings shot from the ground, but before they could touch Naruto, they were ripped to shreds. Yamato was confused as he tried to meet the necessary speed to reach in time, but he could not, as Naruto ripped Neji's headband apart. By simply pressing his finger on it, it burst to pieces. Naruto then touched his forehead where the mark was. His hand was glowing, his other hand going through strange hand signs. Neji felt like something gripped in his soul. He felt that stinging, painful sensation. He couldn't help it but release a violent scream. Off into the distance, Tenten. She wanted to accompany them, but, well, Kakashi had stopped her, as Yamato wanted to ensure that he didn't have to worry a lot about collateral damage. When the screaming Neji could be heard, she stopped. She stopped her gaze as she quickly spun it back towards Hinata. Hinata understood and gazed over, afraid to see what she... Hinata was confused, as she could see the chakra pouring into Neji's head and then pulling back. Neji collapsed to the ground, panting heavily. What did you do to me?" he said. He looked at his broken headband. Naruto knelt down. "I gave you freedom," he said. Yamato tried to grab Naruto, but Naruto was gone, sitting back where he was previously. His back turned to the both of them. It's like he did not even care. Neji pulled a kunai out and looked at his reflection. His eyes widened. The cage bird seal. It was gone. He gazed up towards Naruto, who fully got to his feet. "Faster than I thought," he said, as he blinked away before Yamato could even move towards him. Yamato turned towards Neji. "Are you alright?" Neji really don't know how to answer that question properly. Something that has bound him for his entire life. It was just removed. But he thought the removal meant his death. But somehow he was still alive. Meanwhile, Sasuke Uchiha, exhausted, watched as his brother's head hit the wall after Orochimaru tried to take Sasuke in his weakened form. Itachi made sure that he would never by stripping him straight out. Collapsing on the ground, Itachi was dead. Sasuke collapsed a moment later as both brothers lie beside one another, the rain pouring. The masked man appearing out of a swirling vortex as he landed there. He could sense the Konoha ninjas. They will be here soon. He looked down towards the body of Itachi. His dead cold eyes, still open even within his death. It was like he was always watching him. However, he felt something. What the hell? He turned around slowly as Naruto was right there. As Naruto checked Sasuke, seeing that he was okay, despite only being a feet or two away from the masked man, he showed no concern, no worry, nothing at all. He was just calm. Naruto got to his feet. Immediately, the masked man started to distort space as he tried to gobble Naruto up with his swirling vortex. However, something that was beyond shocking took place. Not only did the vortex stop, she came out of it rather calm. Somehow this child had stopped his ability to absorb him without moving one bit. Go ahead, take them, Naruto said. Take them both. She and Naruto stepped back. The masked man looked towards them, refusing to do so, believing that they wanted him to do that so they can attack him. Could this girl have fully find out everything? Not just a small glance or something. Everything about his ability. Was the both of them sharing a mind or something? Did he know what she know? Who was this girl? And how did this boy become so powerful? How did he do that? The masked man racked his brain. However, Naruto and she started to walk away, confusing the masked man greatly. He immediately sucked up the body of Itachi and then Sasuke, as he wanted Sasuke on his side. The Konoha teams descended upon the field, minus Neji and Yamato. Kakashi gazed around. Where are they? Where's Sasuke? He said. He was taken by the Akatsuki member with a mask. You saw this happen. I allowed it, said Naruto. Why would you do something like that? Kakashi said. Do you have any idea what this organization wants with him? I have some ideas, but don't worry. Sasuke Uchiha shall not die. In fact, soon enough, he will return to the Hidden Leaf Village. Now if you don't mind. Hey, Kiba said, stepping forward. You're a criminal, you know that, right? And it's our job to bring you in. What did you do to Neji? Tenten said, ignoring what Kiba had said. I gave him freedom, said Naruto. Freedom? What does that entail? She said. It's not up to me to tell you. It's up to him. Naruto then looked towards Kiba as he smiled, looking rather amused, before him and she vanished away, leaving the team without anyone to return. As Sasuke Uchiha slept, regaining his strength, the masked man was going to tell him the truth about everything. However, he was still trying to rack his brain about this whole thing, still trying to understand what the hell happened, still trying to understand what took place, what truly happened. How was his technique reversed? How could someone reverse his technique? It was like the space itself stopped moving, solidified around a big portion of his distortion, which should not be possible. And how did that girl simply walk out? Just what in the world was going on? What power does the Jinchuriki have at his disposal? And where was the TLBCs? Where was he hiding such power as well? He needed answers. However, he also needed to manipulate the Uchiha. He's already made sure that his so-called friends, who could be useful for future use, given that the Akatsuki lost 2 members, would be with him very soon. But he needed answers. Some time went by, As Sasuke was fully healed up, the news about his brother struck him deeply. Sasuke desired vengeance. His Mangeto Sharingan was awoken. The moment Sasuke was healthy enough, his destination was Konoha. He was going after the elders. For what they did, for what happened, they had to die. At the moment, his rage was so great that anyone that stood in his way would be cut down. Meanwhile, at Konoha, Tsunade Senju arrived towards the location where there was something spotted by one of her many ninjas around the village. An opening within the village ground, like something had hit it. When she arrived there, she found, what the hell? Meanwhile, back with Sasuke, as the Uchiha found himself heading along with Team Taka, suddenly, Karin came to a stop, causing the other members to take a break. "We don't have time to waste," Sasuke said, about to reprimand her, but he saw the look on her face. She was shaken. She was terrified. "What's wrong?" he said. She could barely speak, feeling a sensation unlike any that she ever felt before. It was horrendous, dangerous. It was like a space opened up with so much evil inside of it. When suddenly Sasuke felt a hand on his shoulder, Shigetsu grabbed his blade as a woman appeared with a mask covering her face. The next moment, Sasuke was gone. Team Taka was confused. A few seconds later, the masked man appeared, twisting and turning through the wormhole, landing right there. "Where is Sasuke?" he said, noticing the Uchiha was missing. As they were all so confused, Karin could no longer feel it. Sasuke blinked and immediately whipped out a weapon, but she walked away. "Hey, it's been a long time." Sasuke froze up and turned his gaze. Standing there behind him was Naruto. Sasuke was surprised. However, what was more shocking was behind the table, as it was two chairs, a table in between them, and behind the table was three people, bound and gagged. Meanwhile, at the Hidden Leaf Village, Tsunade was appalled to what she saw. Having no idea that this was taking place deep underground, within the near echelons of the upper section of the village, hidden away under so much cement and iron, was an entire facility. However, at the moment, at least 30 plus Anvus, but these were not her Anvus, lie dead. She knew who was behind this. This was a root program, but Danzo's Chimera was nowhere to be seen. News broke to her. The elders, the other two, were gone. Their homes empty. What the hell was going on? Back with Naruto and Sasuke. "Have a seat," said Naruto. Sasuke looked at the three elders that he was going to kill: Koharu, Homura, and Danzo. The other two seemed fine, just gagged and bound. But Danzo's arm was gone, and his eye was also gone as well. As in front of them was two objects. One of them was a small container with a floating Sharingan eye. The other one was an arm with Sharingans on it. They were all open. However, each of them were infested with this black energy swirling in between their sockets. What the hell? Sasuke sat down, weary of this person in front of him. It's been 3.5 years since he last set eyes on Naruto. "It's been a few years. How are you doing?" said Naruto. "Cut the crap," Sasuke said. "The last time we spoke, you told me if I was your enemy, that he would kill me. What is this? Why have you brought them here?" "Well, I have to say the news about your brother did came as a shock to me." How do you know that?" Sasuke said. "I have my ways. but I just recently found out as well. So I decided to give you what you desire. You were going to Konoha to start something because you wanted these people dead. So, there you have it. Set them on fire if you please, to vent out your frustration. How do you know about Itachi? And how do you get them here? Well, your friend, if I can call him that, the masked man. Let's just say that he isn't as secure as he thought. As for them, I've gained many new talents over the years. Talents allow me to do things like these. As you can see, while this man over there pushed for the death of your clan, it was all because of jealousy. I mean, look at him. Naruto said before looking down towards the table. That eye and that hand belonged to him. He used your people like they were puppets, picking them apart and using their essence for his own good. I'm sure that makes you angry. Why are you doing this? Why help me with my revenge? What do you plan to gain from this? What do you want from me? Come on now, Sasuke. We were friends. If I could say, we still are. We have nothing against one another. We simply have different goals and different desires. However, in the new world I seek to foster, you are critical. Because, after hearing about your brother, your eyes are truly open. I'm sure that you would never like to see another like your brother rise again. Another that has to burden the hatred and suffering, knowing that, for his entire life, he was used and manipulated, and that he lived with that pain, that he went through with that pain, just to ensure that you were safe. Sasuke clenched his fist. Why are you saying this to me, he said. Because you've seen darkness, you've seen hate, and I'm sure you don't want to see any more of it. We've all suffered. We were children when we first spilled blood, and now we've grown. We understand the world a bit more. But people like these, Naruto said, gazing over his shoulder, they're still in the past. And it is my goal to remove every connection of the old days, to build a new society. And I want you to be a part of that. No, I need you to be a part of that, said Naruto. So, have at it. Get your revenge. Make them suffer for what they did. These people robbed everything away from you. They took your life. They took your family. They took your older brother. Make them suffer, said Naruto. Sasuke was fueled by anger as his Sharingan activated. He looked towards the three of them, and it seems that he took strife from Naruto's words. As the elders looked towards him, they realized that there was no going back. Sasuke set them ablaze. He burned them as they screamed and suffered. The Uchiha seemed to relish in their pain, feeling justified in the anger that he was letting out. When there was nothing left but ashes, he hasn't even calmed down yet. You could see it in his eyes. Naruto remained quiet as she was just there watching. Sasuke finally calmed himself down. That wasn't how he would have liked to have done it, but his anger got the better of him, and he did not even think. Good, said Naruto. What exactly do you want, Sasuke said. You brought them to me, for them to die. You want me to be a part of your new world. What kind of new world, Sasuke said. You're angry, upset, frustrated because you just killed them and yet you still feel so empty, don't you, said Naruto. You feel like you have nothing else to gain, but you have everything else to lose because you have nothing. No family, nothing by your side. You've forsaken everything in order to gain power, and now there's nothing there for you. And you believe that as you ended your life in rage, you made a mistake, because now your vengeance is gone. And what else do you have to hunt? Sasuke realized that Naruto's words were hitting him right at home. They were critical. as the Uchiha sat down on the chair. He looked up towards Naruto, his emotion not changing not even once. Even while we were on Team 7, you always said that you were a complicated person. You never truly answer a question that someone's give you, especially if you don't want to answer it. Always trying to find a way to make them believe that you gave them the answer, but in truth you gave them nothing. So I'm going to ask you again, why are you doing this? Why? Why bring me here? Why tell me these things? Why allow me to do that if you understand the pain that doing that would have inflicted on me? And yet you call us friends. I should kill you too, Sasuke said. Perhaps. But I'm not here to cause you pain. I'm simply here for you to see the reality of what truly happened, of what truly you feel. You see, Sasuke, from a young age I never truly know how to accept my own feelings, and no one was truly there to let me understand what they were. I had to figure them out on myself. So I figured if I could help you along, it would be for the best, Naruto said. Sasuke glanced towards the girl. Who is she? He said, questioning. Who was that person that was quiet? Who was the person that brought him here? She's just a part of the change, said Naruto. Once again doing exactly what Sasuke said he always does, when he doesn't want to talk about what you truly were asking him about. Listen, said Naruto, there are many options now. You can continue down this road. Eventually you will find out that being alone forever is truly the worst thing in the world, said Naruto. Or you can go off and get yourself killed by doing something stupid. Attacking Konoha wasn't really your smartest idea. You might have become strong, but they would have crushed you, said Naruto. You and your team. She placed a hand on Sasuke's shoulder. Sasuke was confused. He did not even see her move. They reappear in the same spot, but this time though the masked man was standing there, as Naruto was also there as well, casually gazing towards Sasuke. The rest is up to you. I cannot determine your future because you need to make your own choices, Naruto said. However, I would like to speak again before the finale, said Naruto. What's that supposed to mean? Sasuke said. The world. I've gave them a chance, a proposition. It's no time for me to find out which one of them decide to go against me. They will have a meeting very soon, under my circumstances. And if they do decide to go against me, all of them that is, I'll kill thousands. You say these things and yet you're willing to kill everyone to try to dominate the world, Sasuke said. Do you really think that's going to work? Do you really think that you're strong enough to control them all? And yet you say that I was a fool to go to Konoha. How can you be that naive? You were always a smart person, even in the beginning. Do you really think that this would work, Sasuke said, trying to get his anger out on Naruto because Naruto has just given him a perspective that he doesn't really like. Sasuke did not see the movement, none of them did. As Naruto rested a hand on his shoulder, he whispered something to the Uchiha, which caused Sasuke to look confused and narrowed his eyes. Naruto looked down as he saw chains wrapped around him, courtesy of the masked man. She arrived behind the masked man and spoke. Release him now. However, he refused to listen, trying to move away. Immediately, he realized she was going to attack. He stepped within his world as he was about to watch her hand fade right through him, but his eyes went wide as blood filled his mouth. She hand ripped through him, tearing through his chest. He was stunned. So were the members of Taka. This man that was able to walk through anything, but somehow this girl ripped through him. The chains that had held Naruto had clattered, seeing that he had released the grip. They simply clattered to the ground. She ripped her hand out of his chest. The masked man proceeded to collapse down to his knees. spitting up blood. I warned you, she said. He immediately sucked himself in a swirling vortex, running for his life. It seems like she did not pierce his heart. She started to wipe off her hand as Naruto tossed her a rag that he pulled out of his shirt. She started to wipe her hand off as Naruto stepped by her side. It's time that we begin, he said to her. Yes, she said to him with a nod. Sasuke, remember what I said. The choice is up to you, said Naruto. With that, both him and she vanish. But guys, be in subscribe right here. If you want to see the next person do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification as they posted. But I'm off and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.